Innovation happens at universities all of the time. From the researcher who unlocks the key to a series of solutions to deal with difficult challenges, to the instructor that figures out that one learning innovation that transforms the learning environment for her students. Our challenge isn't that we're not innovative. Our challenge is that we need to do innovation more quickly, bigger, and affect a larger number of students. Higher education is being called to change, to innovate, to adapt in order to serve more students from a wider variety of backgrounds. But let's face it, change is hard. And our ability to effectively engage our campus depends on three things: culture, people, and process. These three things will determine the success or failure of any change initiative. So let me introduce you to the innovation engagement continuum. Keep in mind that people are our greatest asset in leading innovation. But not everybody gets to commitment overnight. As a matter of fact, if you can see, commitment is the last stage on this continuum. As leaders, you may come into a project or an initiative fully committed and engaged, while others at your institution will find themselves in the denial stage. Be patient. Give them time to progress. Every one of these stages will require a different set of strategies. At the denial stage, you will need to inform, communicate, and motivate. Give people time to progress and keep those channels of communication open. Once you move through denial, you may still have to deal with the resistance stage. At this point, you want to listen, you want to understand, and share data strategically to show them how things need to change and keep people moving. Once you reach curiosity, it'll be time to facilitate, join them in the problem solving, and motivate them with the right incentives to keep them moving along. At the engagement stage, you want to reward the hard work and efforts that they're putting into the initiative. You want to recognize those that are becoming your champions, and you want to encourage them to go all the way to commitment, where you will get to celebrate your wins and continue to use data strategically to show how you're making improvements. Now, we all have stories of innovation gone wrong. Let me share one of those stories from my experience at Oregon State. A while back, we brought a set of technology solutions intended to help our advisors reach more students proactively. But things didn't go quite as we had planned. Here's what we did wrong. First, we ignored our culture. What was intended to be a supportive initiative quickly became a top-down mandate, leaving many of our advisors in the denial or resistance stage. Next, we didn't listen to the people or what they needed or how to support the teams to be successful in the implementation. Those that actually managed to move from resistance to curiosity found the technical limitations of the tool frustrating, and that finally stifled the curiosity. And finally, we did not respect the process. We rushed the adoption of the tools, and that left many people feeling frustrated and confused. The result was little engagement and almost no commitment to the changes that needed to happen. Fortunately, our story doesn't end there. We were able to learn from these difficult lessons and apply them to future initiatives, and in particular, our adaptive learning initiative, which brings new learning technologies to campus and uses them as a vehicle to redesign courses that are lower division, large enrollment, and have high failure rates. This time around, here's what we did right. We aligned the initiative with our campus culture by involving our faculty from day one, by putting them in teams and making them the leads and making sure that we supported them with the right data to guide their path. Next, we paid attention to what people needed, and we made sure we had the right people in the right teams. We started with curious faculty first, knowing that their success would spark curiosity in other faculty from other departments that had previously been resistant to the change. And finally, We respected the process. We moved slowly with faculty and allowed flexibility in the implementation of the initiative. The result is a thriving initiative with more departments wanting to participate and lower failure rates in all of our courses. As a matter of fact, I even hear that our non-math majors report actually enjoying math, if you can believe that. And in addition, our faculty champions are now working with their peers to make sure that they have a chance to have similar success and improvements in their courses in other disciplines. So how can you take our lessons, our experience, and apply them to moving initiatives forward on your campus? Remember the three things: culture, people, process. Understand your culture. What are the values of your institution? What are the organizational structures? What are the governance structures? What are the power dynamics that you're going to have to navigate? These are the things that make up your campus culture, and they will determine the success or failure of your initiatives. Second, engage the right people, build the right teams. What teams do you have already on your campus, and how are you supporting them? Do you know where they are on the engagement continuum? How can you make sure you move them to commitment? And finally, honor the engagement process. Give people time, meet them where they are, and be flexible while supporting them with the right data and the right mechanisms along the way. Change is hard, but it is possible. Innovation isn't just the big idea. It is present in our process, in our practices, and in our strategies. And it is always better and more sustainable when it is owned and driven by our campus teams. Thank you very much.